Okay. Thank you, Tish. That was a lovely introduction. Okay, so yeah, TL, you asked me to come on and share the little slideshow that I made up for just to kind of teach our team a little bit more about how to utilize that Facebook group that is now a corporate group called Success with Splendor Eyes. When I was in conferences in Vegas, I was super, super, super jacked up about the fact that they were going to have a corporate page for us to grow our businesses, because our life just got a lot easier. We don't have to add to that page constantly. They're going to do the work for us, and then we can just grow our businesses. So once you have the right skills to do that, it's super easy. And we can just, our reach has gotten so much bigger because of that. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. Okay, so
I think it's been a game changer for a lot of people, because even just setting up a Facebook page and learning how to populate it and bring in fans has been a huge stumbling block for a lot of people, including myself. And so this is really exciting, because this is all, like you said, the wheels are in motion. We just need to learn how to plug in. And I'm really so happy that you already have cracked the code, so to speak, to help us figure it out and where to go and where to find things.
yeah, well, I absolutely love Facebook because that was one of the things that really attracted me to this business. And I knew that word of mouth was super powerful because that's how I built my other business that I've had for 20 years. And I thought, well, if I could like build that on a global scale and have that same word of mouth and that same relationship building, but be able to utilize Facebook and have like the billions of people that are on that platform, and I haven't even gotten into like Instagram or anything yet. Well, I have an account, but I don't like use it as much as I use Facebook because I'm more comfortable with Facebook. So we all need to like learn how to do things. So hopefully this will help all of you, get over that fear of using Facebook to grow your business. And so like I said, the Success with Splendor Eyes group was kind of rolled out in Vegas. And they also rolled out RX Connect, which is a new app, and that's really fun. Maybe someday we can do a training just on that and how to use your app, because it's got some pretty cool features, and I've been using that. The thing I like the most about it is that when you share a video with someone, you can see when they watched it. So that's really awesome, because then that's the time to follow up. Or if they haven't watched it, you can kind of like give them a little poke in the ribs and say, hey, you haven't watched my video I sent you yet. What's going on? So that's the RX Connect. So both of those things, the Slender Eyes group and the RX app, were things that made my complete trip worthwhile going to Vegas. Okay, so I just skipped by a couple things here because my computer's being really fussy about my mouse pad. So I'm sorry if I skip by things. There we go. Let's just go back. Okay. So the first step is intriguing people. And Allison, when we were just before we started the call, she was sharing with us that she had made an intrigue post just about, her friends never saying hi to her, and she got a bunch of likes and comments on that post. A lot of people are doing intrigue posts about their success. So being a product of the product is super important. And as you start using the product and you start loving it and you get results, share those results and think about creating intrigue. So you don't want to give away the end of the movie. You want to be the trailer for the movie and make your friends want to know what the heck you're doing. So this is just a good example. I have a couple of them here, but this man just put, good water plus clean eating times smart drops and what size he's wearing now. So sharing that with his friends, and you can see on that post that he has 58 comments and 176 likes. Those are all leads. Those are all people that like your post enough to comment on it or click the like button. So they're curious to know what he's doing. How do you get those results? And this is another one. These drops work. It's pretty simple. Not a lot of words, and people are seeing that. And when that picture was taken a couple of weeks ago, 63 comments and 178 likes. So Again, building that intrigue, really important. And so there's lots of ideas there, you know, because we have such a big family of Newsarity people that are all getting great results. Maybe look at some of your friends' posts and get some ideas. I know Mary Beth is really good at doing posts to intrigue people. Joanne has some great pictures. And if you haven't had any huge, like, you know, weight loss success yourself, share your friend's picture. Say, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for my friend. They're, you know, I saw them in Vegas and they look like a whole new person, and then build intrigue around somebody else's results. That works too. So what do you do once you get all these likes and you get the comments on your posts? That's when you need to start reaching out to those people and inviting them to the Success with Slender Eyes group, striking up conversation. Maybe the first step could even be thanking them for liking your post. You know, give them back a little bit of attention for the attention that you received, and that will start a conversation. You can share that you're so excited about what you're doing, your results, and then just do the invite from there. And the other tip on this part is that when someone leaves a comment, always reply to the comment. You know, show them, give them back some love, give them some value for commenting on your post. And you don't need to give them any information, just thank them for the comment, and again, build that conversation with them. And the more that you build,
One second. So when you say reply to their comments, you don't mean like do it as a private message. You mean like inside of the post that it keeps running so it shows that your interaction. Is that correct?
Yes, because the more you interact on your comments, the more Facebook is going to show that to people. Okay. You know, with the algorithms, what Facebook is really looking for is a value post, and they want they're trying to keep their Facebook people on Facebook. So when there's a post that doesn't have any comments and doesn't have any likes, they don't show it to your friends. But if there's a post that has a ton of interaction, they'll show it to more of your friends. And another little tip with that is that before you make your posts, go interact with some of your friends' Facebook pages. And that's when our list comes in really handy. But if you have some prospects on your list and you want them to see what you're posting, and you think that they might be interested in the drops or the Skincerity or what have you, go interact on their page. Look at the last post they made, give them a love, or, you know, and then a comment maybe. And when you go to make your post, it's going to pop up in their newsfeed. So that's a little tip as well. There's all kinds of Facebook tips about that algorithm. This is just a slide talking about some ideas about how to message a person and how to build that conversation up. I've actually got some tips off of this one myself, and I've been asking the question a lot about, was this for you or for somebody else? It's a really easy question to ask somebody, and most people are getting back to me and wanting to really interact and have a conversation just from that one question alone. I think that's a really good one. So, you know, just about asking how much they want to lose, what their goals are, and then inviting them to jump on that Success with Slender Eyes group and letting them know it's free. So, and I find too that instead of asking people if they want to, like you'll notice here that they just said, like, here's what I'll do. I will add you to the private Facebook group. So people kind of like to know what the next step is. And if you ask them, they might, if you say, would you like to be added to the Facebook group? They might be like, oh, well, what's it all about? They'll start asking you questions. So just let them know that's what the next step is. You want more information? The next step is I'll add you to this group, and you can get your information from there. So I find that really helps with me in my conversations. And so this is just saying with it, like you're inviting them, do the setup. So that's when you're going to get ready to add them. Let them know what you're going to do. And then you're going to do that ATM, which we'll talk about in a few minutes. And then once you do the ATM system, then you're going to make sure you do the follow-up. And that's where the fortune's in the follow-up. And it's really important with Facebook because once you get adding like lots of people, it's easy to like lose track. And it's all in the follow-up. If you add them to the group, they may never, see it unless you follow up with them. They may not pay attention to it because lots of people are busy, right? So you kind of have to keep poking them a little bit and letting them know that they need to check it out. And I wanted to add this as well. So what if you added people to that Success with Slenderized group and you didn't invite them? And I thought of this last night because I was I was added to 3 Tupperware party groups online lately. And I actually didn't even know I was invited to the group until after the party was over. So I didn't even get a chance to order anything from my friend's online party because I didn't even know I was in the group. They didn't bother sending me an invite for it. They just added me to it. And so you never, ever want to add people to that Success with Slenderized group unless they know they've been added, because you're wasting your time. They'll never see it. They'll just get lost in the shuffle on Facebook.
And there's the other part too, that some people are just really busy, but I added somebody and then I did a follow-up. I just texted her and then Facebook Messenger because I was having a hard time connecting her. She was like a little bit MIA and she said she never got added. So when I went back into the group, she was right. It didn't go through. So sometimes there's gremlins, and making sure that, especially if you are adding a lot of people. I haven't added a lot of people to the Facebook Slenderized group, but the one person that I did try to add last week didn't happen. So making sure that you do have a great follow-up list is going to really help you stop the frustration too, where you think people are ghosting you, but they're not. Maybe something happened and the system didn't even take it.
Yeah, so true. And when you add people as well, TL, there's the add button, which I'll show you in one of these slides, but the prospect that you add to that actually has to accept the ad now. And that's something new that they just started on Facebook groups. And so, I think we have to educate the people that we're adding to the groups too, because they might not be so familiar with Facebook. And so when you maybe take a screenshot of what the group looks like and send your friend the screenshot and say, this is the group that I just added you to, and you're going to see that you have to accept the ad. And it's a good way. I mean, it's just you're taking care of your customer and you're showing them how to use Facebook maybe. And in that conversation, you could also show them how to set their notifications, because it can take just a few seconds to show them how to do that, and they'll get every single notification that Facebook that's in that group. Every time someone posts, they'll get a notification about it if they set it as see first. So that's a little tip too, and it's a couple extra steps, but it's worth it if you want your people to see the posts in that group. So just a little reminder here about my mouse. Sorry guys. About the list. I think I need a new computer. Sorry. Okay, I'm not going to move my hand. Yeah, making that list, and think about maybe dividing it up. So you have a list of your prospects, a list of your customers, so that you can make your next sale. Maybe they tried the drops, and if you've got 40 people that all buy the drops this month, you want to remember them to follow up with them, make sure that they're having success, they know how to use them. Some people, I know I met with a customer that was using the drops, and she said, I keep forgetting to take them, and then I eat already. I'm like, you know what? For the first set of drops, just get them in your body. If you forget and you eat your lunch, take your drops anyway. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, because you need to get them in your body or you're not going to work at all. So it's, so keeping that list all separate so that you know when the follow-up is going to save you a lot of time, and it's going to make sure people don't slip through the cracks. Oh no, I'm going backwards now. Sorry, guys. Okay, and then another little tip that I think is really good if you want to make sure you take daily action and maybe set a goal for yourself. And this was from Stefan's training about adding 5 new people to your list every day, and then ATMing 5 people, and then following up with 5 people. That way you constantly have that flow. And really this could take like 5 minutes. And on Facebook, some of the ways that you can maybe add to your list, like you may feel like you already have all your friends on Facebook that you know really well, but try to make new friends on Facebook, and you might want to join some groups that yourself, where you can meet people that have like interests. So if you like to knit, maybe join a knitting group on Facebook and try to add, make some new friends in that group. And those will all be people that you can start to interact with. So that's how you can keep adding to your list on Facebook. And yeah, all those steps, like you could do this system and get those 5 people ATM in the group in like a half an hour every day. That's all it takes. It doesn't take a lot of time once you get used to it. So about the Success with Slenderized group, every week there's going to be a new challenge that starts on Monday. So you can be inviting people to that group all week, and then on, maybe on Friday, you can remind them that they might want to join the challenge. Maybe they could win some cash. They could win an RX product credit. And if they're already a customer and they're in the travel program, they could even get travel dollars. And there's going to be weekly winners. And it's going to go on for 8 weeks, this particular challenge. And then I think it's going to continue on after that. But we're kind of like the test group. I noticed today that when I was on that group, I'm just going to pull it up right now so I get the number correct. But there's 2,600 members already in that group. That's how fast we're growing it. So that's pretty incredible. It's just growing by the hundreds every day, which is really exciting, because once we get that built up and people get added to that group and they see that there's like 100,000 people in it, and we start getting hundreds of success stories, I mean, my goodness, won't be able to control this. So that's really exciting. And it's an easy way to get people excited about joining the group, because you're not trying to sell them on any product. You can just tell them it's free. They don't have to pay anything to be in this group, and they get a really nice email. And this is what the group looks like. So Success with Slenderized, this is what the page looks like when you go to it. And a bunch of pictures across that top of the banner. And then what your customers will get, they'll get free recipes. They'll get the approved foods that they're allowed to eat, that community support, which is super important when you're trying to lose weight. We'll have participation in contests that are free. And then when they're in that group, this is where they'll get led to having you making a sale through the work that the corporate team is going to be doing, because they're going to have videos on there about the products and how they can help them get even better results. So if they eat the food that we're suggesting and start using the recipes, they're probably going to lose some weight. And then when they start seeing that everyone's success story, they'll want to try our products because everyone's getting such good results. These are just some things that are in the pinned post, and I'll go through that in a few minutes as well. But at the top of the page in that Slenderized group, there's a pinned post, and that's where you will tag your prospect once you get them in the group. And it kind of breaks down for them what they'll get there as well. And this is the way that they join the contest. So in that pinned post, there's a link. And when you click on the link, it will bring you up to the Slenderized challenge, and you can go through and enter that challenge from that link. And a little tip here, it shows pictures that the person will have to take a front view, side view, and then their weight on the scales. You can download an app on your phone that's called Time Stamper, and it will put a time, like a date stamp on the picture, so they don't have to go out and try to find the newspaper. So that's pretty cool, and it's just called Date Stamper, and it's pretty easy to use. You just open the app and pick the pictures you want to put a date on, and it just puts the date on for you. And then this is the email that your prospect will get once they enter the contest. And they'll get an email as well. So they'll get this saying that they entered, and they'll get an email on the Monday with some tips on success and that sort of thing, and some success stories. So that's really nice as well. It's really well done. And then I'm going to bring up my Facebook so that I can kind of walk you through some of the add, tag, message steps. But corporate wanted us to try to help out a little bit and post our testimonials in that group, our success stories, before and after pictures. Make sure that you add your full team to that group and share this recording with them so that they know how to do the steps as well, because then you're going to really grow faster with your business. And just really use that. Try not to do any stealing of other people's customers. So follow up with your people in the group. Sometimes in these groups, people will maybe add people and then not necessarily follow up with them, and they may reach out to you and ask, and they may not be your person, but they may end up reaching out to you. This happens all the time to me, and always just ask them who added them to the group and try to redirect them back to the person that added them. So it's pretty easy to do. Do you have any questions so far on that? I'll go and open up my Facebook group here.
There was one question about the autoresponder with the email, that some people aren't getting the email when they join the group that you said that you got. So I think that might be a glitch or a gremlin. So if you know that your people aren't getting the email responder and they join the contest, please send that off to corporate. Maybe just, I'm not even sure who to send it to exactly. Let's send it to rick.redford@rx.com about the problems with the autoresponder, because this is a pilot group, so there could be some gremlins yet that they're working out, and at the, in a couple of weeks, maybe they'll have all the things done and fixed. But if you have anything going on within the process that is not working properly, or you can't download the app or anything like that, anything glitchy, send it off to Rick, and then he can make sure it gets to the right IT people or their customer service people. So good questions. And I think, yes, they have to take photos and send their weight in if they want to participate in the contest, because every 8 weeks, starting from last week was the very first week. So everybody has till Sunday before midnight tonight, right, Julie, to enter in for this coming Monday's start of the contest.
Yeah, or is it midnight Sunday? I think.
Right?
Yeah, Sunday.
Sunday midnight, before it goes into 12:01 Monday morning. We have up until 11:59 this weekend to add in people to get started for the new Slenderize Week contest on Monday.
Have they done the any of the results from the first week yet? I don't think they have.
No.
I don't see anything.
No, so the last week would have been the start of the very first 8-week section. So it's kind of like when we used to do a rolling 4-week CV. This is like an 8-week rolling Slenderize contest. That's how this is. This is like a rolling week. So we are on rolling week number 2 right now. And so rolling week number 3 contest is going to start on Monday.
And TL, do you know how they're going to figure out the prizes? Did they indicate that anywhere?
Well, from the Partners Council meeting, everybody that registers in the beginning of for each week, they're going to take that group and they're going to literally have all of those photos, and you got to finish the contest. So that's why helping people navigate that app, going in there before and after pictures and doing the little video afterwards of how you were on the challenge. It's just like when we first did it in the summertime. That process is still the same. People still have to go in there and finish off that in order to be a competitor, to set themselves up for the weekly prizes after the very first 8-week challenge. So we don't have 8 weeks yet.
Right.
Okay.
Good. Okay, so let's bring up, I'm going to just share screen again and just use my Facebook profile to share. Okay, there it is. Oh my goodness, I'm just having difficulties with my computer, you guys. Hopefully this starts going a little bit better for me. I don't know what's going on with it. It's super sensitive and it's not clicking on anything I want. So if you just go over here to groups, and you can, well, I'm gonna have to search because my thing's not working. Success with Slender Eyes. And this is our group here that we're gonna use. And from here, from a laptop, you'll see that it says right here to add members. And on your phone, it's gonna look a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can see my phone or not. Light's kind of weird. There we go. It's the little add button right there. There it is. That's the one that you press. And then when you start to, so we're just gonna go, I'm gonna go ahead and add a member here. And then you just start typing in their name. So I'm just gonna add my son to the group. He won't mind if I don't invite him first. Okay, so his name came up and then I'm just gonna click the add button. So he should get a notification in his, in that sidebar. But the deal is that I got added to 2 groups last week and I didn't get invited and I don't remember ever seeing the notification. So that's when you need to sort of guide your new person through and say, I've added you. You just need to go and find that group. You can send them a screenshot and make sure that they know where to go, where to find it, and that they accept the ad. And I think if you don't walk them through that, they just might not know and they might feel silly to ask. So just keep prompting them to make sure that they get it and they know that they've been added. So then once you add them, if you're on a cell phone, you're going to be able to see a pinned post at the very top of the news feed. And the pinned post has like a little, actually, I'm just trying to see if I have that here. If you could, okay, so on my phone, it's actually under announcements. So you're gonna go to the same place on your cell phone as what you do on your laptop. And it's right here under announcements. So if you click on announcements, you're going to see, I'm getting my computer to work. Okay, right here. This is the announcement post. And this is the one that has the instructions in it for your prospect on what they will receive. And it also has the link right here for the contest that they'll have to click on. So I think this is where you should be welcoming them into the group, right at that very first contact, their introduction. There's a couple of videos there. And so if you click on the comment box right here, you'll be able to welcome your new person right down here in this comment box. You can start by typing their name. So if I type in my name, you can see right here my profile comes up and I'm now tagged in that post. So if I just hit enter, I just tagged myself in that welcome post. If you're having another little hint is that you can do the @ sign and then start typing in the person's name as well. And that will bring it up. So that's another way to do it. And you can see here by some of the comments that people have been putting on this post that they're just explaining to them, you know, like here's the video of the program, the details are included, and the info above. Also, you can check out the units tab for more info. So the units tab's right over here. And There's videos there that you can tag people in. So it's just a way for us to keep things organized. And it has the Slenderize cookbook in the units. It has more information about the Slenderize program, the Power Boost, and then it also has different stories under those unit tabs. It has before and after section, and then it has intro videos. So that's really easy to find. You don't have to scroll through all the hundreds of posts. You can just go into the unit section and find what you're looking for.
And so in the ATM process, that's the ad and
That's
the tag. So
that's the ad and the tag. Yes. So you're tagging people in the post. You start to type out their name and then welcome them. And you need to find a post to do that in. Does anyone have any questions about that?
okay, so Lori said, if it doesn't pop up with their name, they may not have accepted it yet. And if the tag doesn't show bolded, the tag might not have worked.
Right. Yeah. So you can see here on this post that it's underlined. And when I put my cursor over it, my profile actually pops up. So you should be able to see that when you make that welcome post. You should be able to see that it highlights. If it doesn't, you're right, Lori. You probably haven't successfully added your person. Sometimes it takes a few minutes for Facebook to do that ad, or they may have to go and they may not have seen it right away, and they might not accept the ad. So that might be why you can't tag them. And that's when it just comes into that message, or make sure that they know what to do and if they have accepted the ad or not. And then it should come up. So that's how you successfully tag somebody in a post. And you can tag them in more than one post. So, but always make sure you now tag them in that announcement post, because that's where all the good information is when they come in. It's that welcome post from corporate.
And that's what you call the pin post.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've just the announcements tab is a bit of a new thing with Facebook. They're always changing it on us. So I guess you could call it announcements now, because I think they, instead of pin the post, are calling it announcements.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the message part comes in after you tag them in that welcome post, and maybe you've sent them a video to watch as well. And then you're going to do your message again and just follow up and make sure that they were at it successfully. It's as easy as that. That's what the ATM stands for, add, tag, message. And as long as you follow all of those steps and don't forget any of them, you'll have your prospect in front of the best information and all of their success stories all in one place.
So Sandy asked, so under any post that you want to share and you want your new person, you have to click comment and then type their name. That's correct. And that's called the tag. So when you do that and their name comes up, so that just like when Julie added herself to the pin post, then you click on that and it highlights it inside the comment. That's called a tag.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's it for the questions that I'm seeing right now, Julie. Awesome. All right.
Okay, great. All right, so if there's no more questions with that, I don't know if everyone knows about the another good page that you want to make sure. Oh, I know what else maybe we can talk about is to make sure that your prospect has their notifications set. So right here is the notifications button, and you'll want to set this for yourself so that you don't miss anything on this group, so that you can keep on top of things. So if you click on the notifications tab, you'll notice here that I have it highlighted as all posts. You can select highlights, so only the more important ones that are getting lots of feedback, or just your friends, or I think when people get added to the group, it's set on off. Okay. Or maybe it's just on, the highlights. So just if you coach your people to go ahead and click on notifications and click on that they want to see all the posts, that's just an extra little bit of customer service that will help your prospect get the information as it gets posted. On your phone, I'm just going to see if I can get this pick up with the light. You'll see up in the top corner over here, there's a little I button, and you just click on that. It's like the information button, and you'll notice the notifications tab right there. So that's how you find it on your phone. And I like just taking screenshots. I have them saved on my favorites. And you can even do like, I mean, technology is so great now. You can even mark up the page so you can circle the button that they're supposed to press and leave instructions right on the picture and shoot that off to somebody. And it's like super easy. And then you can just save it on your camera roll and send it to people. And the other little hint that you can do, if you have a really great, like if you come up with the right verbiage and a really nice invite for somebody, you can save that in your notes section and then you just copy and paste it. You know, so that you don't have to keep on typing it out every time. And so when you get your conversation started and you're ready to invite them to the group, you can just have a copy paste message that you send to let them know what the next step is. So that's a little time saver.
So walk us through the message part now. We've got people in the group, we tagged them. So now where do we message them?
Okay, so your messages are right up here. And then literally you just click on new message and start that message. You probably already have a message going with them, but that's how you can do that right there. And something that I've been doing a lot, and I can just kind of give you an example of this. This is with one of my distributors right here. And she added Doni to our group. And then she started a group message with the three of us. So I'm kind of getting my team to do that so that they already have that third party edification happening right at the get-go. So you can set up a group chat with lots of people in it. If you set up a new message, and then we'll just set one up with TL, Tish, and I, just for an example. And then I can just type my message in here. And so, I mean, that's a way that right away you can start a three-way conversation. And maybe it's with somebody on your team that's had really great luck, or you think that that prospect would resonate with them. And it just gives you another person to kind of like bounce off of. And that works really well if you get the three-way chats going right away.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Perfect.
I also want to say sometimes we have friends that love the drops and want you to contact their friend. This is the best way to do it because your friend is in on it still and you're not intruding on their friend that you don't know, and it feels safer.
Yes. Yeah. And you can even, feeding off of that a little bit, Tish, you can even get, if you've got somebody using the drops and they're just like, they're happy and they're getting good results, you can ask them to make a little intrigue post on their Facebook page and then use that three-way tool for the message. If they have friends that comment, you can start a three-way message with your friend and their friend. And yeah, a lot of people are willing to do that for you, and it can be fun.
That's brilliant. I know that Lori Knopp's husband did a post for her, and she got a lot of intrigue and interest off of her husband's contacts. And so the friend contact, I mean, there's just so many ways to expand using this tool. So
yeah, there sure is. It's fantastic. The CTL has disappeared. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. Okay, so the RX corporate, we have that new North America one. So I'm just gonna click on that. So this is our new Facebook page, business page that they started for North America. And if you're on that page, make sure you're following it. Make sure you have your notifications set to see first so that you're on top of all of the things that they're rolling out, because there's going to be a lot this year. Like 2019, they have huge goals to triple sales in Canada. And I expect that there's going to be a lot of information in this RX Corporate North America. So make sure you're on it. Make sure you have yourself set up so that you're seeing all the posts first. And then from this group, or from this corporate page, you can go down to groups and click on that, and it will take you right to the Success with Slender Eyes. So if you're having trouble finding it, you can find it right through the North America page. They have it linked together. So that's really kind of a good tip for you guys. And I don't know if you want me to keep going for a few more minutes, or if any other questions are coming through. Last night, I'm going to just add this while everyone's quiet. We were talking with Belinda last night, and she gave a really great, she's one of our leaders in Melbourne, Australia, and she had given a really good tip. A lot of people, I don't know if everyone's familiar or not with your Facebook stories. So you can keep on doing those intrigue posts. Make sure that if you're doing an intrigue post that you're actually like, you should post something on your Facebook every day or every, like try to keep that going. You don't want to just have oh, there we go. Try to post on your Facebook on a regular basis so that your friends see that, you're not just trying to talk about your drops all the time or your RX products. So try to keep posting on a regular basis. But a cool way for you to post pictures, before and after pictures, is using Facebook stories. So I don't know if everyone's familiar with that. I'm just going to click on my profile for a second. And Facebook stories is kind of a new thing on Facebook in the last little bit. And so basically on your Facebook stories, I'm just trying to think how to, I'm so used to doing everything on my phone. I don't know if anyone on here can help me out with where the stories are on a laptop. Trying to find it. Do any of you guys use it on your laptop? Facebook stories?
I haven't started that yet.
I've
No?
only seen it on my phone, but if you go to the home page, will it be at the top there?
Yeah, it might be. Let's go.
And I did unmute so they can unmute if they have some questions. That's why I muted you by accident.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it on my laptop. Before we ask the question, I'm just going to show you on my phone about the Facebook stories. So get the light right on this. Okay, so right up here in this corner, you can see the little add button. It's at the top of my news feed. And it just has my name and a little plus sign. And if I press that, it's going to bring up my camera. If I go to my photos, I can just click the button there to bring up my photos, and I can pick a picture to add to my story. Just explore with it, because you can add pictures to your story, and the stories come up at the top. You can scroll across your phone and see people's stories, and literally it's like that instant gratification for people. So rather than scrolling down the Facebook news feed, people are going to stories and just clicking on it to see what people are doing. So you can kind of put the story of your day. It should have a beginning, middle, and an end. But you can add those before and after pictures to your story, and you're going to get people clicking past it because people are using that Facebook story feature a lot. And you don't really have to say anything. You're not adding words to it necessarily. You could add a little tiny bit of words using the stories, but it's just more pictures. and little short videos of what you're doing during your day. So that's a good feature to use because a lot of times Facebook is kind of giving stories more of a priority than the actual news feed because of such Instagram is such a big hit and Snapchat uses stories. So Facebook feels like it needs to keep up with that fast-paced world that we live in and people want to just scroll through really quick and get the information and the pictures. So it's people, Belinda's been posting before and after pictures on her story and getting a lot of people interacting with it, because when someone brings up their story, so if I bring up my story here, it brings up the picture. That was something that I posted on my story earlier today or yesterday, I guess. I don't know if you can see it anymore. It's just a picture. But if I want to comment on that, then I would just like double click it and it would send a comment to the person's messenger. So you can put like little, there's like a love and there's claps. And if someone clicks on that, it goes right to the messenger. So if someone clicks on your before and after picture, it's going to give you the comment in your messenger. So they're like coming to you. And you don't even have to go and message them. They're messaging you with the comment on that picture that you posted, and then you can start interacting with them. So that's how the stories work. You can talk about that more later, and someone had a question, sorry.
They do, but before you go on, I think what's unique about when you're using your story is you can also get an idea of who is following the storyline because it shows you each person that's actually opened it and looked at it. And so if you do that for a few days, you're going to see who's actually following you, and then you can really probably hone in on that market a little bit more, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
I think Diane had a question.
I had a few questions, actually. Number one, I couldn't see anything on your phone. Like I couldn't see your phone on the screen. All I could see was the, like your screen.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I just thought maybe I was doing something wrong again.
No,
anyways,
it's just the lighting. I think it's just hard with the lighting to get it to come up. So
okay.
I probably have to do share screen from my phone, but maybe someday we can do that because I think most of us use our phones all the time for using Facebook, and so maybe some other time we can do social media and I can do share screen on my phone and walk you through some steps.
Okay, my first question is, when you tag somebody in a post on the comment line, what do they see?
On their end, what do they see?
Mm-hmm.
They should get, sorry guys, I'm just trying to stop share screen here. They should get a notification in their notifications on their phone. So there's a little bell button on a cell phone, and it's at the bottom of your screen. And if you press on that little bell, those are your notifications. So a lot of people go to that to see what's important on their Facebook. So they'll get that notification hopefully, and then they'll be able to click on it, and it will take them right to the comment, the tag that you made in the Facebook group.
So, but on the comment page, like if I do that, they'll see whatever I had right at the top?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Now, another question I have is, what does that mean to find a pin post?
For you to find one, or for them to find it?
Yeah, well, for both.
So it's gonna be under announcements. And you could even just tell your prospect, once you get into the page, just to go to announcements and look at the announcement. So that's the word that you can use because that's what Facebook calls it now on your mobile phone and on your laptop version of Facebook. It's an announcement. So you could even say, once you accept my add to the group, go to announcements. And you'll see the instructions and what's included in this lovely group that I just added you to.
Okay, now yesterday I went to add a member, and it was under Health 360, and I received a note back that said they needed to be approved. And so when do I know if they've been approved or not approved, and why did that come up?
Yeah, I think, well, that Health 360 group is one that Laura Sales has put together. And I know that we are welcome to use it. There's lots of good information in there, but it's not the actual corporate page is the Success with Slender Eyes. So Laura probably has the settings in that group set so that she has to approve members before they get added. And that's because that's her personal group, really.
Okay, but isn't there like groups that you can add people to, like the Social Shift and the Health 360 and the Power Breakers?
Yep, they're all groups that Laura Sales started. So there's the Power Rankers and the Social Shift. And but those ones are not officially corporate pages. I think that those are her group pages. That's how I understand it.
So right now, what we should be doing is only encouraging people on Success with Slender Eyes. Is that correct then?
That's where I would add people if they want to know about the drops, for sure.
Hey, can I add a couple things, Diane? So on the new training tools, admins can approve anybody that's added. So if you were to add anyone to that group, I have to approve them. Once they're approved, you can go in by typing their name under the comments on any of the posts. If their name comes up, that means they're in the group. So that's how you can check to make sure they've been added, number one. Number two, on your other question, which was about the pinpoint, if you go to RX training, the very top won't be an actual new post. The first post you're going to see is a pin post, and there's two there. There's Carlita and Omar, and there's TL on how to use Skincerity. Those are two posts in that group that have been pinned to the top. So you won't necessarily see a new post when you go into the group at the very top. It'll be what the most important post is they feel that you need to see first in that group. So that's what a pinned post is.
Oh.
Okay.
So
you
if
have to
I
actually
want
look for a pin post, it's already done in the group for you. But they're talking about the first post you see might be what that group feels is the most important post for your new prospects or new distributors to see when they come in the group. So for training, we felt showing TL using the product and the training that Omar does on, you know, the customer program and all of that was important. So when someone joins the new RX training, those are the first two things they're going to see before they scroll down.
Okay, so if, let's say I wanted to send the post that TL did on rolling Skincerity, or any post that she has there, I have to go right underneath, like where that post is, and go into the comment box there to add, to tag somebody?
If they're in the group, absolutely.
Okay, so pin post is something that's already there.
It's at the top, first thing you're going to see.
And tagging is if you want to tag that pin post.
In the comments, yeah. And if there's something else you'd rather them see than that in the thing, then go down, scroll to what you want them to see, and tag them in it in the comments. Just type their name in, click on their name. They're going to get the alert that you want them to see something, and they're going to go right to that. When they click on their alert, it's going to take them right to where you want them to go.
Okay, so like that 360 group, are you an admin on that one?
Yes.
That, okay, so if I wanted, so how do I know who's going to reply to me as to
You're not going to get a reply. You're not going to get a reply, but what you can do is you can go into that group yourself, and you can go to where you want your friend to see something and tag them. If her name comes up, she's been approved into the group. If her name doesn't come up, just wait, because maybe they haven't checked on the alerts yet, whoever's running that group.
Okay, and I think, TL, I tagged you yesterday because I'm practicing. Did you get anything?
I did. I got a notification.
Whoa! You see, I'm scared to be tagging all my friends because I don't know what they're getting. So, yeah, so on that notification then, it just said that I tagged you on something. Now you're going to go look at to see what I tagged you on? Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Yep. Just from the notification that they receive, they'll be able to click on that notification. It will take them right to where you tag them.
Yes.
So Yeah.
I feel we've accomplished something today.
With me, you have.
You're not alone, Diane. There's all
Yeah.
kinds of people that have.
Well, you
questions
see
like this.
what the problem is with a lot of the videos and all of that. I'm writing a whole ton of notes as I'm listening, and I'm missing some of the stuff that I should be seeing on the screen because I only learn by notes, step by step, you know? And so if I could get my steps proper, then I might send them off to you and tell me if my steps are proper.
Well, you know what? It's a good opportunity to practice. So, for instance, Diane, I can go tag you in a bunch of stuff, and then it will come up in your notifications, and you'll be able to see what your prospects are seeing when they get tagged in something. So, we can all kind of team up and help each other learn how to do this and be like masters of Facebook.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And
no,
it's a
been
good,
very-
you know, you could even use that as like a little bit of a leverage with your friends. Say, listen, I'm trying to learn how to do this. Can I tag you and add you to this group? And you can tell me what you think. And then they're going to look at the group and they'll think they're just helping you out, but really they're going to get interested in the drops while they're there.
There you go. I got a few people to tag then.
If you don't mind.
So we are at the top of the hour. It has been an amazing, amazing training. This is recorded. I will be loading it onto Blue Tish YouTube and then sharing it on the new RX training tools so that you can share it with people who maybe aren't in that group. So I would like to thank you, TL, for helping this morning, and Julie for sharing such amazing slides and wisdom and tips for everybody. We will be back next Saturday again. I believe what we're going to be doing next weekend is the basics. The basics. What does it cost to enroll? How do I enroll somebody? How do they use the customer program? Just the usual everyday questions that we get. And we're going to be addressing some of those next weekend. So thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful weekend and go add, tag, and message some people all day long. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank
Bye. Thank
It
you.
was absolutely amazing.